It was instant chemistry. He consistently responded and exuded such confidence. You should have seen the use of his emojis. So when we met for the very first time and he was staring in every which way except towards me, I was confused. And then he reached for his phone and, you've guessed it, he started texting. So when I felt the vibration on my phone, I thought, fair game, I'm gonna text too. To find out that he was texting me, you're beautiful, I'm nervous. Face to face just isn't comfortable for me. But he surely was comfortable communicating with me behind a screen. Now picture this. When I wake up, it's with me. Step into the shower, believe me, it's with me. Going about my day-to-day activities, and oh yes, it's with me. And with me comes this load, this pressure, this sudden urge to check in, check out to see what's happening, who's doing what every day, every minute, every hour, every second, and I feel the more pressure that I need to post, so I post. Not only am I posting, but I'm poking, nudging, tagging for poking, nudging, tagging sake, and then finally it becomes too much. I realize that I'm spiraling down this rabbit hole and digging myself deeper and deeper into this pit, and I'm going through periods of isolation, suffocation, dare I say it, depression. Now trust me, I really wanted to. I wanted to reach out to the people, but let me tell you something, I was too deep, so deep in that pit, and then it suddenly hits me. I have been hijacked by the demands and expectations of technology. So much so that it was impacting that bubbly personality that was me. And then I started to think about how things used to be. Remember when we used to call Tyrone? Yeah. Or when we used to rely on the functions of our brains and in our memories subconsciously, we could remember people's phone numbers like Tyrone's? Or when we could walk over to a friend's unannounced and be welcomed in to sit down, have a drink, and maybe have a chat. Now, it's more like, hey, how are ya? Don't really mean it. So what's your Wi-Fi password? Because we have this persistent itch and affinity to be connected to some form of technology. Now, don't get me wrong. Technology has been leveraged in so many productive ways. Entrepreneurs promoting their businesses, people showcasing their gifts and their talents, information sharing to the masses. But it can't just be me. Do you ever think about how it's impacted our society? And how it has hindered our ability to connect more tangibly? Remember when relational intelligence used to be the social norm and we could be present? When it was more than the number of likes and it was about people developing relationships and bonds and an exchange of human energy? Or when we could gaze into each other's eyes and pierce into each other's souls, and with vocal intonation, we could continue the conversation? Or when we could walk with our heads held high and no longer hanging low because we're too preoccupied on our phones? Or when we could pay attention and be aware of our surroundings and no longer feeling that sudden urge to respond to the pings, ping, like a newborn child pressed upon a parent for that very first time. That unconditional connection. Wow. So as I was in that pit, I realized my mental health was at risk. And so in order to disturb this new social norm, I needed to be intentional. That meant disconnecting from my phone, limiting my social media presence, and just getting back to basics, like using my body language to express myself and getting to feel the physical presence of others, with consent, of course. That meant smiling at people, and it meant staring at people, but not for too long, because that would just be creepy. That meant striking conversations with people, and you'd be surprised at people's reactions, like, are you actually talking to me? Yes, I am, because I see you. So can you do me a favor? Just snap with me. Thank you. You see how easy that was to follow that modeled behavior? Can we take it one step further to make sure that true, human, tangible connection does not just become something of a memory where we are remembering when? Thank you.